Rikishi hiring Jeff Cobb to join the Bloodline. Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we've got some truly surprising and heartwarming news from the WWE Universe. Title: Rikishi hires Jeff Cobb to join the Bloodline Reborn. In a shocking turn of events that could change the landscape of WWE forever, a familiar face has returned to steer the Bloodline into a terrifying new era. The Anoa'i dynasty has always been about family, power, and dominance, but what happens when the elder of the family decides to take matters into his own hands? Rikishi, WWE Hall of Famer, father of the Usos, and legendary member of the Samoan wrestling lineage, has made a decision that stunned fans and rocked the WWE Universe to its core. With Roman Reigns missing in action, Solo Sikoa seeking direction, and Paul Heyman's loyalties now in question, the Bloodline was crumbling. But Rikishi had a plan. A secret weapon. A hired hand that not only has the power but also the pedigree to bring the family back to dominance. Enter Jeff Cobb. Known for his brutality, athleticism, and connection to the Samoan heritage, Jeff Cobb is no stranger to destruction. And now, he's not here as a guest. He's here as the hired muscle, the Bloodline's new enforcer, and the man Rikishi believes can restore the family's empire. This is the story of Rikishi's bold move. This is the story of Jeff Cobb joining the Bloodline. And it's only just beginning. The Bloodline in chaos. Ever since Roman Reigns lost the undisputed WWE Universal Championship at WrestleMania 41, the Bloodline hasn't been the same. The empire once built on fear, family, and loyalty started crumbling under the weight of its own dominance. Without Roman, the group lost its figurehead. Without the Usos unified, it lost its rhythm. And with Solo Sikoa stepping into a leadership role, the group started to look different. But not everyone was ready to follow Solo. Paul Heyman, the wise man who once stood beside Roman, began showing signs of doubt. Solo's brutal tactics, his secretive meetings, and most recently, his public disrespect of Heyman, made it clear this was not Roman Reigns' Bloodline anymore. It was something darker, something more chaotic. Fans watched as cracks began to show. Jimmy Uso, after months of loyalty to his younger brother, quietly disappeared from TV. Jey Uso, now thriving on Raw, wanted nothing to do with the Bloodline. And Roman, still silent. It was Rikishi who broke the silence. Appearing on WWE SmackDown via satellite, Rikishi delivered a cryptic message. Family doesn't fall apart, unless someone wants it to. I've been watching, and I don't like what I see. It's time for the elders to step in. No one expected what would happen next. Rikishi's master plan. Rikishi had been keeping tabs on everything. From Roman's fall to Solo's rise to Paul Heyman's betrayal. He saw the writing on the wall, and he wasn't about to let his family's legacy go up in smoke. In a sit-down interview released on WWE's digital platforms, Rikishi spoke calmly but firmly. I love my sons. I love Roman. But sometimes, family needs a reminder of who we are. I'm not just watching from the sidelines anymore. If I have to make a call to someone outside the company, to someone who understands what it means to fight for family, I'll do it. The next week, Rikishi showed up in the crowd at SmackDown. And by his side was a monstrous presence that fans immediately recognized. Standing tall, arms crossed, eyes like daggers, Jeff Cobb. A former Olympian, a powerhouse with experience across the globe, and most importantly, connected to the Samoan wrestling bloodline. Cobb didn't say a word. He just stared down Solo Sikoa in the ring, and Solo, for the first time, backed up. That moment was the turning point. Jeff Cobb's destructive arrival. The following week, chaos erupted. During a main event match between Solo Sikoa and Kevin Owens, the lights went low, and out of the crowd came Jeff Cobb, dressed in black, barefoot, focused. Without hesitation, Cobb hit the ring like a freight train. Kevin Owens never saw it coming. A tour of the islands later, and KO was motionless. The crowd gasped as Jeff Cobb stood over Owens. He pointed at Solo, then at the Bloodline symbol on the video screen. Rikishi walked out onto the stage, gave a slight nod, and the broadcast ended in total silence. This wasn't just an attack. It was a message. Jeff Cobb officially debuted the next week in a backstage promo alongside Rikishi. Speaking for the first time, Cobb said, "I'm not here to play games. I'm not here to make friends. I'm here because Rikishi asked me to protect the family legacy. If anyone stands in the way, including family, I will break them. Solo Sikoa didn't respond publicly. But the tension was undeniable. Jeff Cobb quickly racked up wins on SmackDown, destroying enhancement talent and mid-carders alike. Each win came with Rikishi watching from the ramp. Silent, proud. The message was clear. The bloodline isn't dead. It's reborn. And Jeff Cobb is the hammer. Solo Sikoa versus Jeff Cobb. Inevitably, Solo Sikoa had to respond. On an episode of SmackDown, Solo came to the ring alone and finally addressed the situation. Uncle Rikishi, you brought him in because you think I can't lead. You think I'm not bloodline enough. Let me remind you, I'm the one who took out Roman. I run this now. And Jeff Cobb, he doesn't scare me. He bleeds like everyone else. That night, Jeff Cobb and Solo had a tense backstage confrontation. No punches were thrown, but the tension could have split steel. Rikishi stepped between them, saying just one sentence. Bloodline doesn't fight bloodline, not yet. The following week, a 6-man tag was announced. Solo Sikoa and the authors of Pain vs. Jeff Cobb, Kevin Owens, and LA Knight. The match was brutal, but in the final moments, Cobb and Solo tagged in together, and the arena went wild. The two powerhouses collided like titans. Elbows, chops, suplexes. Neither man backed down. The match ended in a no contest as both men ignored the rules and brawled into the crowd. Backstage, Triple H was shown yelling at Rikishi. You brought in chaos, and now you've lost control of your own men. But Rikishi, ever calm, replied, chaos is necessary. It's how new kings are crowned. Roman Reigns responds. It was only a matter of time before Roman Reigns made his move. After months of silence, the tribal chief finally returned in a pre-recorded segment. Sitting alone on a throne in a dark room, he stared into the camera. Rikishi, you brought in someone else. You think Jeff Cobb can protect this family better than me? Better than Solo? You've forgotten who built the bloodline. I did, and now I'm coming to reclaim what's mine. The crowd erupted. Roman Reigns was coming back. And he was coming for his family. But this wasn't about the title anymore. This was about respect, legacy, control. Rikishi responded the next week. Roman, this isn't about taking from you. It's about saving you, from yourself. And if you want your seat back, you're gonna have to go through Jeff Cobb. Clash of the Samoan Titans, Cobb vs. Reigns teased. The seeds had been planted. Roman Reigns vs. Jeff Cobb. The new versus the old. The builder versus the destroyer. Weeks of promos, vignettes, and subtle interactions followed. Cobb began steamrolling through former Roman Reigns opponents. Sheamus, Drew McIntyre, AJ Styles, all fell to the wrath